Hi, my name is Katie and my channel is So Tattered, and I'm also So Tattered on Instagram. And this is Flosstube number 5, and today is September 1st. I'm gonna go ahead and just apologize for the glare and the glasses, but I could not get my contacts in today on I don't know if it's my allergies or what, but I've got puffy eyes and they're dry and miserable, and so, but I usually do wear glasses. I just wear contacts on here because I know the glare could be annoying, but just bear with me. Sorry. Um, so yes, today is September 1st, so it's the start of Sampler September, and I've been very excited about this because I don't know what happened during the last 2 weeks. I could not focus on anything that I was currently working on. I was bouncing around all over the place, and it was a little bit of a mess. So I feel like even though I worked on several things, I didn't make progress in a whole lot of any of it. And even with quilting, I made some bags, and that's about it. Um, it's been just, I guess it's the getting back in routine of my youngest one back in school. And even though he's driving himself, it's the stop stitching, get up and help him to go, go, go. You know, he's goodness gracious. It's, you don't have to be at school till 10. And I'm still having like, let's go, let's go. So it's definitely changed things up. I'm spending more time in the garden because it's nicer out. We've had this slight little cold front that's pushed it into the high 90s with no humidity, which is bad because it's very dry. But at the same time, it's made it a lot more enjoyable outside. But I am fighting the bugs. I have been outside squishing bugs, and it's terrible because that's so gross. And but it's funny because I remember my grandmother, you know, she lived with me growing up. She's the one that's from Okinawa, and she would be out in the garden with her long tweezers, you know, chasing the bugs and squishing them, and I thought she was nuts. And now I'm out there like trying to get them, and that's just hilarious because she would just think that would be funny. But so yeah, I've been spending a lot of time out in the garden, and it's been nice. Though it's, you know, not great. It doesn't look great because the Texas heat has made them slow to grow, but it's getting there. It's getting better. So that's been a lot of my mornings also. I'm sorry I'm a little late on this one. Yesterday was not working for me. I was struggling. And then it came back to, well, it's Jack Bash Day. And I really wanted to work on Jack Bash. And then it was do Jack Bash or do a floss tube. Sorry. But I'm getting it in now. So thanks for being patient and waiting for me so I could work on that yesterday. Even with yesterday, it was just so crazy. I wasn't super focused enough to get enough done as much as I'd want, but it's okay. It's fine. It'll be there for the 13th. um, so I just wanted to say thank you for following me on this journey and for comments, and I love reading them. I'm behind. I'm very behind. And also I think that YouTube is kind of throwing me some curveballs because when I go back to comment on ones from even like my first floss tube, um, I was like, hey, I didn't see these. So I don't know if I'm missing them or if they're not, if I'm not getting notified. I'm working on it. I'll get them. I'll get them because I really love reading them and love what you guys are reading about, what you guys are working on. And, you know, it's a lot of fun because it just, that's the whole reason we do this, right? Is to be part of the community, and you guys commenting and sharing with me is it's what I wanted. And so please don't think that I don't care about your comments because I really do. And I'm getting through them, but it's balancing YouTube and the Instagram. And I just want to, if I could just spend hours just scrolling through everybody's beautiful stuff, I would love to, but it doesn't allow me to. And I really don't like it when I'm going through all of it and I have to put my phone down to go do something, and then I come back and it makes me start all over. Or I've missed things, or I don't know where I left off, or I don't know. Does anybody have a suggestion? How do you guys do it? So, but no, I really appreciate it. I can't believe I'm already Flosstube number 5. So this has been fun. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into my whips. Um, they're kind of lackluster, but they got work done, so that's something. Let's see. I'll start with Jack's Bash. I got to work on that yesterday, and I'm doing this one with Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, and so many have jumped on board, and I love it. I love seeing everybody's different linen that they're picking, which just makes the floss look completely different. And some of you guys are even picking different floss, which is really cool to see how different that makes it. And then the museum stitcher, she's doing something completely different with it, which was really cool because I think she had an issue with not wanting to stitch the people or something, but the way she's changed it is really cool, and she talks about it on her Flosstube. But yeah, this I'm still loving it, and I wish I could have gotten more done, but this is what I have now. I filled in down here. I brought this border down, and this is where it stops here. And then filled this part in, and then worked on the second house and started on this now. The sawtooth borders, it kind of hung me up because it's a satin stitch, right? And it's a one thread, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell from here, but it looks a little sparse. And I was kind of debating, do I want to do 2 threads? But I don't know. I don't know. So far, so good. I just don't know because I haven't done a whole lot of those. So I don't know what it's would look like if I did 2 or whatnot. But I'm gonna keep going with it. But I love it. I love it. It's fun. So, and here's the called for, and you guys are gonna get sick of this because I think I'm just gonna work on this until it's done, and so you guys are gonna be seeing it every 2 weeks. Okay, there's that one, and then the other one I worked on was the Stacy Nash Primitives, the Jack-o'-lantern sewing pocket. And what did I tell you guys? Sorry, reaching. Already dropped on the floor. I forgot to mention I'm doing that one on 40 count presentation by Tropical Stitches. And then this one I'm doing on, oh boy, 36 count baked clay. It called for a 36 count, so I went with it because anything that's going to have to be sewn into something, I'm always scared to mess with, because there's a template and whatnot in the pattern. But this is where I am with this one. And like the cat, the moon, and some of the first letters are supposed to be done in a specialty stitch. I forget which one it was. Let me see. Hang on. I think it was a eyelet. Is that even one, or did I make that up? I don't know. It's a specialty stitch. I just did on those to make them look puffier. I did 2 threads instead of 1, and to just make them stand out more. But I just use regular stitches, X's for all of those. So I'm getting there. It's pretty good progress. This one's been a fun morning stitch, and I'll tell you what floss I'm using, but I lost it. Oh, here it is. It's a Espresso Bean by Gentle Art. I liked it because it had the variation in it. There's that one. Okay, and the other one I worked on, I pulled out Francis Poole by Brenda Gervais. And I started this one a while back, and I saw someone else working on it. I was like, oh, I need to pull that back out. So this one's beautiful. This is the one I saw hanging up in my LNS, and yes, please. And I'm stitching this one on 40 count Dirty Teacup by Needle and Flax. And the only progress that I really did, which is good progress because it was this whole big motif right here in the middle. So I got that one done. And I did change. I'm using all the called for except for, it called for Confederate Gray, and I'm using Mountain Mist. And so it just gives it a little bit more of a blue instead of the gray. But I love this linen. I love this linen. It could make anything beautiful. This chart's beautiful. It's beautiful. One of my very favorites. That linen just makes everything else just extra. It's just extra. But here's the called for. I need to hurry up, hurry up. Let's do this one so we can get it framed. There's that one. And then I'm not trying to be rushy. I just feel like I'm kind of rushing and I'm not meaning to be. I'm got so much to do today. I do. It's true. It'll get done. It's fine. Okay. So this one I don't have a good picture for. But it's Stacy Nash Primitives, the Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. Let's see. I brought this one back out because I would really like, I don't know if it's possible, but I would really like to have this one done by Christmas. And that's a terrible picture, but you get the house and there's a lady in a red dress and that border that's really hard, but I love it, so I do it. And oh, that's funny. I'm like looking, where did I put that thing? It's down here on this board. I'm doing this one on 40 count. No. Yes. No, 36 count Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit. And I believe I started this last Christmas and I just need to move faster. This is where I am. So what I'm going to try to do with this one is the thread a day, one thread a day, or more, depending on the morning and what I have going on. But so I finished this alphabet. I took it all the way across, and what do you call those? What do you call those? Yes, these. Took that all the way across, and then did a little bit on this leaf over here. So I'll be working down this way, and I'm not sure why I started this one the wrong direction because I always start in top right, and now I'm worried because I want to be on the right hand side, and I'm worried that when I come over, it's not gonna meet. See, but it is so pretty, and that house is gonna be a beating, but it's one that I can take with me to sit and stitch or whatnot at Boxcar. That'll be a fun one to take with me. And so that one's that, and that is all I worked on. It makes me feel bad. Oh, well, I haven't finished though. I mean, you guys, some of you have seen it. If you follow me on Instagram, I did show my finish, my fully finished object, and it is by Blackbird, and it's called At First Cock's Crow. And I don't have the pattern. It's in a book, so and I looked for it this morning, and I'm guessing the book is in a bag with plans. But you'll know what it looks like because I finished it. So I did this on Picture This Plus Oaken 40 count with all the called for. And I was looking at it, I'm just like, I don't want it in a frame. So I thought, what could I do with it? It's too big for a pillow. And so I thought, well, I have this awesome cigar box that my dad gave me. And so I put it on this. And I love boxes. I love boxes. I love, I have tons of boxes. They're not baskets. They're boxes. They're wooden boxes. I have lots of wooden boxes. And so I put it on here, and I know a lot of you guys were commenting about the tattered edge. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Okay. I probably broke so many rules. Cross stitch community is going to lock me up for what I did to this thing. But hey, it looks cute, right? It doesn't matter. The same ribbon fabric stuff that I put on my bags that I make, I put on the outside of this. I just wrapped it around. Just wrapped it around the edge. So this is the middle of it, of the ribbon. and it just goes over the edge all the way around. And I did it using that sticky stuff, the roll of tape that you stick down for when you're pinning or lacing or whatnot your piece onto the board. You want to stick to the board, that stuff. I just put it right on that linen and then just fold it over, folded it over onto the cross stitch, and I couldn't be more pleased. Couldn't. I think it's great. So that was really fun. And now there's all different ways you can display this. You can display it like this, or like this, or so or sitting in a little basket. I was really excited about that finish. But that turned out great. So I'll probably be doing more of those. So that is my finish. And then I guess next I'll talk about Sampler September. And I went back and forth and back. I knew a couple I was going to do for sure. And my for sure was Eliza Knight. And I got this at my LNS, the Stitch Niche. And I saw it and I was like, all those greens and the trees, and it just, birds, deer, all the things, right? And it's across the sea. And so I am doing this on 40 Count Steinfeld by Steinbeck. What is it? Steinbeck? Steinbeck. Yes, Katie, get with it. 40 Count. Hold on. Yes, Steinbeck. Second guessing. Oh, I'm gonna put it. It's in this bag that I made, and this is the tiny progress or start that I have on it from this morning, and I'm already crazy about it. Those little stitches, though, whew, that took me hours. It took me hours, but I already love it. This linen, come on, just can't with her and her amazing linens. And then I have the floss. These are the called for DMC is what I'm using. Called for DMC, which is just this amazing rainbow of amazingness. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm no rules. I'm just going to pick it up when I pick it up and work on it when I work on it. And because I have several things I want to work on. The other one that I want to work on, I am doing with my new friends, Ginger and Tina. And we are doing the Scarlet House, Elizabeth Hunter, 1853. I'm so excited to be stitching with friends. It's great. I just, it brings me so much joy. And I mean, even with Olivia, like last night when I was not feeling great about what I was doing, I texted her, I'm like, are you using one strand or two on that sawtooth border thing? And so it was just nice. It was nice to have that because I've never had that before. So that's fantastic. And so we're going to start this month. And then I'm going to have it do it on 40 Count Ursula by Tropical Stitches. And here's the called for. And these are amazing floss drops from Tina. And I've never had these before. I've never worked with these or had any kind of really beautiful, like, what do y'all call those? Thread bling? Never had it. I never had it. And it just makes it so much. I can see why you guys buy them and make them, because it just makes the project so much more fun. And just anything to make it something that you already love that's beautiful, even more beautiful, is just fun. So this will now be a thing. One more thing for my husband to see come through the mail. I think it's going to be gorgeous on this linen, Ursula by Tropical Stitches. And I have it in this bag that I made. And I'm excited to start on that. And so I'm bouncing back and forth between, so my birthday is in September and I want to do a birthday start, but I don't know, I'm back and forth about two. And so it's either going to be, and I already showed you guys, this stuff, but let's see it again. The Sarah Fletcher 1841 by Hands Across the Sea. I'm either going to do this one because it's beautiful, and I have the silks, which this is my first time for the silks, and my plan is 40 count heirloom by Needle Bling, which is just, I'm going to have to get more of this linen because it's very, very pretty and perfect for just about anything. And so I'm going to do that. Oh, and I finished the bag that I wanted to make for it. This is Joe Morton fabric. I got a charm pack from one of the shops, and I made the bag. And I love Joe Morton. I love Joe Morton. She's tired, and it breaks my heart. And I had this conversation with a couple of friends. I have a stash of Joe Morton, and I'm hoarding it. And they both said the same thing. You should put it in a quilt, and then you'll get to enjoy it instead of just sitting in your cabinet, which is so true. But it's terrifying because there's not going to be any more. So there's that. But I have a bag, and it's so pretty. Which see, I should make it into a quilt, right? So there's that. So I'm either going to do that one for my birthday start, or I'm going to do this one, which is because of Carol Saltbox Stitcher. She showed this one, and then I bought it, and I have it kitted. Christy Barron. I have it kitted, and I have for a while because I know I want to do it, and it might be new. But it's Erica Michaels, and I just love the cluster of motifs just all squished in there together. It's very pretty. And so for that one, I have Paper Bark 40 count by Fox and Rabbit, and the called for weeks. Uh-oh. This might happen. I don't know. One of them. You'll see. I'll show it and you'll be like, oh, that's what she went with. So that is plans for cross stitch. And who knows, something might come up or change, or because I keep seeing everybody's, they're like, oh, this is what I'm working on this September. And then I'm like, oh, I got that. Oh, maybe I should work on that. Oh, it happens. It happens to all of us. It's okay. So that is that. And now haul. I didn't get a ton of haul. I'm trying to be good. I was so bad last month. I would say bad because I'm not bad for buying things, but I need to be more considerate of budget. so I did order a couple of things. I've got a couple of things from Hollis Hands on Etsy. Oh, I have that. What did I do with it? Oh, there it's Hollis Hands Creates on Etsy. I know everybody shops from her because she's amazing. She has such a good selection of things. So I was able to get some Lady Dot Creates. I'm going to start doing more smalls because I look at Ginger on Instagram and all her amazing smalls. And I'm like, I need to make more of those. So I got Black Pearl and Bird Nest, the Lady Dot Creates. And that's what they look like. I love this bird's nest. It'd be perfect for just about anything because it's pretty neutral. Go with everything. And then I got this by October House Fiber Arts Vintage Tree. Oh, I thought you were able to see that, but that little tree in the middle is hard to see. See if that helps. I love vintage Christmas. Anything vintagey Christmas, my jam. So I was like, oh, I gotta get that one. And I also picked up new, to me, linen. I've never gotten Lapin Loops, Jackalope, 40 count. This one's really pretty. I love all the modeling in it. Great color. I'll definitely be ordering more of that one. And then my dog's in here if you can hear her. And then I shut the door so she couldn't leave. she has to be social whether she likes it or not. And then I got 40 count Desert Taipan by Fox and Rabbit. I hadn't gotten this one before, and it's just a really great neutral. Would go with everything. That one is really pretty too. So I got those from Hollis Hand Create, and then I got onto, and I cannot remember. Did I see somebody with this? I had to have. I don't know. But then I tried to look on Etsy, the hashtag for the name, and most of them were done in like 2020. So I'm thinking it wasn't something I recently saw, but I'm not sure because something made me go onto Country Sampler and pick this up. And it's a tiny picture, but I got so excited when I saw this. It is Jane Stanwyck's 1843 by Samplers Revisited. Maybe somebody on here talked about it. I don't know, but I just love it. Love the colors, love the design. Oh, I'm excited to start that one. So excited that I might have to throw in another start. And that was all my cross stitch haul. And so now that I'm looking around, I'm thinking that's all I have for cross stitch. So I am going to do a little bit of, not like a life update, but just a little something at the end if you want to fast forward through the quilting or whatnot to get to that. But that's, yeah, that's all I have. So now I'm going to talk about quilt sewing related things. I have, with my stack of stuff over there. This quilt. So this quilt is, I made it last year, and the pattern is from Primitive Gatherings, and it's Take It Easy, and you use a layer, not a layer cake, use a jelly roll. Goes together super easy and fast. And it is, it says 72 by 72, but I did not do that. I did, I don't know how big this was. It's 50 something. It's much smaller, but I used it on my dining room table, and it's perfect for fall. Perfect colors for my house in the fall. And so I use the jelly roll in this pattern, and this is the cheddar and coal, the first one that Pam Buddha did. And I wish I would have gotten all of it, like layer cakes and fat quarter bundles and whatnot. And Pam Buddha, she does fall colors beautifully. I love all of her stuff. So, I last year did this one, and then when she came out with the second one, I was that regret of not getting more last year. I was like, I'm getting that fat quarter bundle, and I did. And then, which I already showed you guys, but then I was looking through my quilt books, trying to find the pattern from last quilt that I had hanging up behind me, which was Come On to My House, out of the Rosie, oh dear, hang on, I think I have it just sitting over here. No, I don't know what I did with it. I think I got excited about it and put it somewhere to show you guys, and now I don't know what I've done with it. But for the ones who asked, I put it down below. Yeah, but Come On to My House by Carrie Nielsen, Miss Rosie's Farmhouse. That's what it is. And that book is fantastic. Everything in it, I would love to make. And then, so I was trying to look for that, and I found something else. That's what we do. And I came across this in my library, and this is Snuggle Up, and it's a Moda All Stars, and it's just a whole bunch of amazing designers that came up with different quilts. And I loved this one so much, I bought all the stuff to make it. And it's Betsy Chutchin, and I'm trying to think of what that fabric line is called. I have it. What's it saying here? Da, da, da. I don't know. I have it. It came out a couple of years ago, so I don't know if you can still get it, but it's in my Instagram. I took a picture of it because I was so excited about it. Betsy Chutchin's one of my favorites. I love her, and she's another one that I have a hard time cutting into because I just love her stuff. But so when I was looking at this, I have everything to make this exactly how it is in the book, and I will. But then I thought, oh, this would also look really good in that cheddar and coal. So, yep, that's what I'm doing. So I went ahead and bought the border fabric, and that's part of my haul. Hang on, sorry. I got it off of Etsy from Cottage Quilts 2. No, no, I wrote that. You don't want to read that. You can't read my handwriting. It's Cottage Quilts 2 on Etsy. And I got this amazing fabric to go around the border and possibly the back. I got a bunch of it, so I think I have enough. But I'm going to do that with, I was telling Olivia, Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, what I was doing. And so now we're doing it together. So I think she's still waiting on hers to come in. Mine took a minute. Everything got held up in New Jersey for a hot minute. And then, but it came through. So I now have that, and so excited. So excited. So I'm going to start that this month, even though I have all these other things I need to finish. It's fine. But this is for fall, so I need it like stat. So it can move up the line. So that's one of my plans, and it's gonna be amazing. And then when it comes closer to summer, I'm gonna do the one with the Betsy Chutchin fabric, which is beautiful. And okay, so there's that, and then that same one I got a layer cake of, and I am doing a quilt along with some amazing ladies, and I wrote their names down, all of them, because it's growing. It's pretty awesome. But I'm doing this with Ginger, Tina, Shelly, my mom, and Carrie, and we're all going to do this together. And I'll link their Flosstubes and or Instagrams down below, so you can follow their progress and see them do it. But it's a very beginner friendly quilt. So if anybody wants to jump in with any layer cake, it works. You can. It does not have to be this layer cake or fall. It could be Christmas. It could be anything. The pattern is called Double Slice Layer Cake by Chicken Scratch, and she has a YouTube channel and an Instagram, and I'll put it down below. But on her YouTube channel, she does tutorials. I mean, step by step. I think it's like 7 or 8 videos, and there's short little videos, and it's of each step that you do to make this quilt. And so it is very doable for anybody. And I'm so excited my mom's going to join in. So that's fun. She is kind of a beginner. She's made a couple of things, and they're really beautiful. And she's got one that's been sitting on our design wall for I think shamefully a couple of years now, and she needs to get on it because it's gorgeous, and it's Joe Morton, and it just kills me when I walk into her room and it's just pieces on a board. But she'll get it done. But yes, so she's joining in also, and Shelly talked about it on her Flosstube this week. The antique needleworkers. She did that one solo. We really miss Liz. But yeah, she talked about it and made me cry. Like I was just stitching along, listening and watching her, and she started talking about us doing this together, and it literally so friends, there's something. And so we're doing that, and I really want people to join in. I think Tina has already put hers on Instagram. She's so fast, and so she just said it took like 3 hours. So very quickly you can put this together if you're really fast and been quilting for a long time, and it's just something that we can all have that we did together, and it's just really cool. And so the hashtag for that is going to be CC2, which is for cheddar and coal. CC2 layer cake quilt along, and I'll put that down below also. But please put that in there so we can see what you're doing, because we're excited about this one. And so we're doing that. And so for sewing, I think that was it for plans. I am going to the sit and stitch at Boxcar on Wednesday, and I'm probably going to bring my I have two things. I want to, you know what they are. My wool applique from the Kim Deal quilt. I want to work on that, and I want to work on my English paper piecing. So I'll probably bring both because we'll be there all day, and I can work on it half and then the other one on the other half, and so I'll feel good about working on both. So that's my plans, and then I'll talk about the haul. I didn't do too much damage, but you know, if I see a sale on Amazon for a book, I get them because that's why I got such a big library. Because you know, you see those sales, you're like, oh, I better get that. And I think this one was like something crazy, like $5 or something. And so it's Little Gatherings, right? Yes, and it's Lisa Bonjean. Beautiful quilts in here. She has this love for teeny tiny triangles, which is fine because I mean, who doesn't love teeny tiny triangles? Let's see, there was one in here in particular that was just gorgeous. That pretty, but they're doable. You just gotta take your time and everything. But they're just beautiful quilts in here. And then so I picked up that one, and then I picked up Moda All Stars Scraps Made Simple, and there's 15 scrappy quilts in here. And this one was also on sale on Amazon. I don't know if it still is, but it was. And so many great quilts in here. This one. And oh, I loved this one. Lots of really pretty ones. There's one more. Oh, I don't know if I am brave enough to even, but who made this one? No. I mean, it's pretty. Okay, so I got that one. And then I did manage, my car needed an oil change. And so my husband took me to get my oil changed. And while we were waiting on the car, we went to a quilt shop that was close by that I hadn't been to before. And I looked online and I knew that they weren't going to have reproduction fabrics, but we were just trying to, you know, make the best of our time. And but it was a really cute shop. It's called Must Love Fabric, and they're in Colleyville. And ladies in there were so nice. That. But I went in there knowing that they weren't gonna have my fabric, but they would have other things, and they did. They had tons of patterns, so many patterns, and they had stuff for making, you know, like bags and all kinds of things. And so I did pick up some zippers for bags, and I picked up this pattern, Cobblestone Christmas by Sweetwater, and this has been in my cart a million times, but it's a great one for, it could be for anything. I just loved all the tiny pieces, and it could, any fabric would work perfect in that. So you can make it for fall or summer or whatnot. And then they did have some wool. So I got some of that. Yeah, once I found those baskets of wool, I was like, oh, see, something for me. Aren't they pretty? I love this one. I love anything that has like the hand dyed. Love it. So I got those, and then they were so sweet. They gave me a free pattern to be a really cute, quick quilt, 39 by 52. So that's fun. But yeah, it was a great little shop. If you love, they did have a ton of holiday themed, Halloween, Christmas, all that. They had a ton of that stuff. But it was a really cute shop. Hard to find. Probably just want to call. If you're going to go there, just call. Where are you at? Because we probably drove to 3 different locations before it was just, I had to call them. Where are you? And she says she gets that a lot. And she'll be in the parking lot waving people down. Hey. So that was a cute little shop. I also went to I feel like it was forever ago, but I haven't talked about it on here, I guess. But I went to the, I'm gonna go grab that bag. Hold on. Just over here. So in McKinney, which is adorable. McKinney is a must stop. If you like little cute downtowns looking thing areas, it's adorable. I highly recommend going to McKinney if you are in the area. But they have a shop down there called Downtown Dry Goods, and I posted pictures of it on Instagram. Beautiful. It is one of those shops where you walk in and it's just, you feel like you're in a quilt shop. You know, I get a little bummed when I walk into a quilt shop and there's hardly any quilts, or they're quilts of just a certain taste, and there's no decorations, there's no, like, nothing. It's boring. When you walk into a quilt shop and there are just beautiful quilts hung everywhere, and the decorations are cute, and they have the fat quarter fabrics displayed in such a cute little fashion, and that makes me happy. You could be selling any kind of fabric and I would just love to just spend time in there. But this one sells tons of reproduction fabrics, and they do, their whole wall is by color, which makes it really cool because a lot of times, how often do we go into a shop looking for a specific color? So this works perfectly. But and I love collecting fat quarters. That's my favorite thing to do, is I go to these shops and I just pick up fat quarters. And they had some beautiful fat quarters. So I went ahead and picked up those. And these. And I mean, they're just, we've got some Joe Morton and some laundry basket, got some Kim Deal. I mean, just gorgeous colors. And I picked up this pattern, American Jane Patterns, and they had this on display there with really pretty fabrics. And so it drew me to it. And then I was like, hey, you have the pattern for that? And so she gave it to me. And then when I got home and I was looking at the fabrics that I had picked up from there, I was thinking, well, these, I did not pick them up with any intention on them working together, but they do. Because that's what's so beautiful about reproduction and traditional fabrics and things like that. They all just work together for some reason. They just do. And so I was like, I just needed a couple, threw a couple in there, and I am now going to turn all of those into a quilt. So I have it sitting in a bag, just waiting its turn. And but it's such an inspiring store. They have tons of yarn, which made me want to learn how to knit or crochet or any of it. It is stunning, and the colors just unbelievable. If you get a chance, just go. You'll love it. And then it was so fun because I was asking the cashier, I was like, hey, do you mind if I take a few pictures? Because, I do Instagram. And she said yes. And then somebody had recognized me who's a follower, Sojo. And I was so excited to talk to somebody that was part of, like, my little, but I was so nervous. I don't know, the whole thing just kind of threw me because I wasn't expecting it, but she was so sweet. And we just talked and talked. And I was about to ask her, hey, you want to go get some lunch? Because I was just enjoying talking with her so much. So that was such a huge, it was huge for me. Loved it. Loved talking with her. That was a lot of fun. So if you see me out, just know I might be nervous and be like, but just because I wasn't expecting it. But I'm so glad she stopped me and talked to me, because I could have talked to her all day. I know she had stuff to do, but it was a lot of fun running into her. That was way cool. And so that's all my haul, right? Yes. Okay. And then I feel like I'm forgetting things because that's what I do. But I feel like, no, I think I got it all. Everything in front of me has been talked about, so that means I did my job. Okay. So I'm gonna try to come back, not this Thursday, the next, what is that, the 15th? 14th, 13th. I don't know. In 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to come back in 2 weeks. So I know that this one was late. I'm still gonna try to stick to Thursdays because I think Thursday mornings will work for me. It just did not work for me yesterday.